Were Jesus' apostles teenagers? If you look at most Renaissance paintings, you'd think the 12 disciples were a group of retirees with long gray beards. But history and the Bible suggest a much more radical reality. They were likely a bunch of young rebels in their late teens and early 20s. Let's break it down. In first-century Jewish culture, religious education had a strict timeline. Most boys finished school around age 12 to learn the family trade. Only the absolute best of the best students would continue their studies to seek out a rabbi and become a disciple. By the time a student was 15 or 16, they were already in that internship phase. When Jesus called these men, he wasn't looking for career veterans. He was looking for young, moldable students ready to change the world. This makes sense, because you typically sought a rabbi in your mid to late teens, not when you were already established with a family and career. But there's also a hidden clue in Matthew chapter 17 that almost confirms this. When Jesus and the group enter Capernaum, the tax collectors come to Peter and asked for the temple tax. According to the law of Moses, this tax was mandatory only for males, 20 years and older. It was a significant religious obligation. But here is the fascinating part. When the miracle happens, and Peter finds a coin in a fish esma, Jesus tells him to pay the tax for only 2 people, Jesus and Peter. Why didn't the other 11 pay? The most logical and widely accepted explanation is that they were UNT yet 20 years old, and therefore were UNT required to pay. And then there's John, known as the disciple whom Jesus loved. John lived all the way until nearly 180. If he had been 40 or 50 when Jesus was preaching, he would have been over 110 years old when he wrote his letters, which was practically unheard of back then. Most scholars believe John was as young as 15 or 16 during the Last Supper, making him the kid of the group. So, when you put it all together, what does this tell us? Jesus didn't choose the established elite, the wise old scholars, or the powerful religious leaders to start his church. He started a youth movement, a group of passionate, energetic, and maybe even a little naive young men who were ready to drop everything and follow him. It turns out you're never too young to change history. Follow the Christmas Tree channel for more hidden truths from the Bible.